All right, so today we might not have the best footage, but we are going to be working with a really awesome recipe. We're talking braised short ribs with an awesome chili gravy and an awesome chimichurri to go on top of it. So stay tuned, people, because this one was awesome. All right, so for today, I'm going to be making a badass dish. I'm telling you right now, this is going to be so good. You already know from the intro, this is going to be some braised short ribs, beef short ribs, by the way, with an awesome chimichurri and some mashed potatoes. But I don't know what to say, people. I'm not going to bore you out with all the details. So without further ado, let's make this shit. Stay tuned. All right, and so we have our short ribs here. We're going to heavily salt and pepper them. Now, these aren't the most ideal short ribs. As you can tell, they're not all like symmetrical. Like some of them are very thin, but that's okay. But we're going to salt and pepper them, and we're going to work with what we have. If you can go to your butcher and get really nice cuts of short ribs, make sure they have a lot of meat on them, like the bottom left one there, definitely do so because it is so worth it. But fresh ground black pepper and some kosher salt is your key ingredient from the start here. Then into a hot pot, I'm going to go ahead and have some avocado oil in there, and I'm going to start searing these up. And yeah, my avocado oil burned a little bit, but that's okay. We're just going to go ahead and get these in here and start searing them up on a high heat, medium to high heat here. And we want a nice Maillard on all sides before we remove them. And the thing is with these is that you have to really have a lot of patience when making short ribs. Beyond, flipping them, make sure you have a nice Maillard on each side. It takes a while in the oven, but it's okay. We're going to make it all work out. Okay, so once everything is nice and seared on every side for the short ribs, and by every side I mean two sides here, we're going to go ahead and remove them. Keep the heat high, drop in some sliced onions, and yeah, they're just roughly sliced here. We're going to go ahead and work those through and just get a nice saute on those onions. We're not going to deglaze just yet, but keep those going for a little bit. We have the onion at 375 right now, waiting for everything to go into it. But on the side, we're going to drop in our mirepoix, which is some celery and some carrots, and of course the onion that creates our mirepoix there. And just saute it lightly here. You can get a nice char on them if you want, and then add in some tomato paste. Tomato paste is crucial, but it's not something that you necessarily need. Then we're going to go ahead and drop in about 3 cups of some beef broth, 3 to 4 cups max of some beef broth, depending on how much you're making here. And we're going to let that heat up for a little bit. And of course, we're going to add some red wine. So I'm using about a cup of red wine in here. Add that in, and then we're going to go ahead and add some Guajillo chilies and some ancho chilies here as well. So we're going to go ahead and drop those in there, and they are de-stemmed. They are definitely de-stemmed. And we're going to go ahead and add in some oregano as well. Then give it a nice mix here. And yeah, this has to sit for a little bit. Let it soften up. And then we'll add back in our beef bones here, our beef ribs. I should say, not beef bones. Add those back in. And then we are going to go ahead and cover it in a little bit and set it in the oven for about 1.5 hours. So go ahead and drop in those beef short ribs and make sure they're as submerged as you possibly can get them. It's okay if they're sticking out a little bit. That's perfectly fine. Give it a nice cover and pop it in the oven for 1.5 hours at 375. And you're going to have some awesome short ribs. So on the side, we're making a rough chimichurri here. This isn't a full chimichurri, but we're looking for about 3 tablespoons of some red wine vinegar. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to add some garlic. So with me, I'm going to use about 8 cloves of garlic here to my food processor. And then I'm going to use about 3 tablespoons of some avocado oil. You want a very oil heavy chimichurri, but this isn't the best way to make a chimichurri. This is chimichurri-like. So I've got some Fresno chilies here. So these Fresno peppers, I've got about 3 of them. that have been destemmed. I don't remove the seeds. I do not remove the seeds. I'm going to give this a nice blend, and it's not going to be the same color as your normal chimichurri because we have all that oxidation going on there in the blender. That's okay. It still tastes awesome. And we're going to add in parsley as well. So it's a handful of parsley. I use curly parsley every time. Every time I always use curly parsley if I can. But if you have regular flat leaf parsley, that is perfectly fine as well. Don't worry, you don't have to go with curly parsley. On the side, so our meat has been basically, cooking for quite a while, an hour and a half. It has been braising. I'm going to take all the liquids from that pot and start straining everything out. So all the beef short ribs have been removed, set aside, and I'm straining everything out through a strainer into a pan. And yes, you want to push them through a little bit because they're going to have some flavors. They're going to leak out from the carrots, from the celery and everything. And we're going to start building our sauce. So we do have to actually thicken this sauce. Yes, we do. You can use a cornstarch slurry, which I highly, highly, highly recommend. I did not have that on hand. I went with a little bit of some flour here, about 1 to 2 tablespoons, which takes longer to whisk up. But if you just do a cornstarch slurry and you add in its 1-to-1 ratio the whole way through, 1 part cornstarch, 1 part water, and you slowly add it in. We want to also add in some Worcestershire sauce here, and I would say it's about 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, but you got to get it to your liking and keep working this through. If you're like me right now, you can't make a cornstarch slurry and you have to do it this way, it's fine. Just keep whisking over medium heat. It'll get there. It'll all work out. But I would definitely recommend a cornstarch slurry. It is so much easier to work with when you're creating sauces. So much easier than just some dry flour. But we are ready to plate. So when it comes to plating, I'm going to start off with the gravy at the bottom. Give a nice little bed of gravy. We are going to also incorporate some mashed potatoes to this dish. Why? Because it works out so well. It's a perfect vessel for all this richness. So just some plain mashed potatoes, a little bit of butter, maybe some heavy whipping cream, salt, pepper, boom, done. And then we're going to go ahead and lay down our short ribs. Once we've had them laid down, if you don't drop them like I did right there on the plate, luckily on the plate, add in some more of that awesome Guajillo ancho chili gravy there. And then we are going to finish it off with our chimichurri. Again, it's not going to be as green. It's going to be lighter because we put it in the blender. But it's the same thing at the end of the day. And there we are, people. Enjoy.
All right, so we are all done. And honestly, it looks really good. Here it is. And yeah, see how this came out. I'm super excited about this. I've been waiting to make this for, wow, like by the time this video comes out, I would say 4, 5 months. Yeah, it's been a while, since 2025. Here we are. Wow. That is killer. That is damn good. I want to put cocoa in it, maybe next time, but that is awesome. That is really good. I don't know what to say, but I'm going to eat this and yeah, cheers. I'm out.